I Don't Work Here Lady, Episode 7. A Karen insisting I'm her Lyft driver. For context, I've been a Lyft driver for 4 years but haven't since COVID started. I don't have my amp in the window but I still have the sticker on the car. I have an online order for pickup at Walmart for supplies for the incoming hurricane. So I'm driving into the parking lot and am searching for the pickup parking spots. I drive by the exit door, looking for these spots, when I see a woman eyeing my car as she walks out of the store. At the same time, a car attempts to pull out and nearly hits me, but doesn't, as I start to move forward to continue my search. The woman stands next to my car, yelling, and pointing at my car, then her saying, "You're all looking for me." I vigorously shake my head no, pull away, and continue my search. After I found a car guy in the parking lot. He told me they were back the way I came. Shit. So, I drive back the way I came and I can see the same woman standing by the exit, glaring at my car. I avoid eye contact and finally find the pickup parking. I pull up and wait, eating a bit of my dinner while I do so. As I'm eating my mac and cheese, I hear someone angrily yell, "Are you not a Lyft driver?" From my passenger side, the same woman had walked 5 rows from the exit to track me down. She begins yelling and gesturing at my sticker and asking, "Why aren't you picking me up?" I felt at this point, ignoring her would be less than ideal. So I rolled down my passenger window just enough. I looked her in the eye and said calmly, "Mom, I'm not working right now." She throws her hands in the air, looks around wildly, and says, "Give me a ride." I told her I am not a Lyft driver and suggested she contact her driver through the app. She yells, "Well fucking great. WHERES my Lyft driver then." I just quickly rolled the window back up as she stormed away. I feel like this shouldn't have to be said, but please double check your app with the Lyft Uber you're getting into. And don't stalk down strangers in their cars. I don't work here, I own here. After years of being an employee, I finally opened my own little business in Key West. It was a kiosk right on Duval Street and I sat outside in a director's chair and enjoyed the laid-back vibe and the parade of tourists. Most tourists were nice, many coming off cruise ships. I sold a variety of ceramic and papier-mâché, birds and fish and other trinkets. It's amazing the crap people will buy just because they are on vacation. Anyway, there's Emmy, LK-led Karen, and pack of Karens involved. The POC and LK approached my kiosk and started looking at my display. LK innocently asked how much a certain cockatoo on a wire cost. I got up and replied, "They're all marked with the price. This one is $22. She sneered and said this isn't worth half of that. It was obvious she wasn't interested. She just wanted an excuse to badmouth my product and show off to her pack. In a dead voice I said, "If you don't like it, there's the sidewalk." LK, how rude. "I want to speak to the manager." Full Karen outrage. Me, calmly, "I am the manager." LK, "Then I want to speak to the owner." Quote, "This is when my years of having to put up with rude customers BS for fear of consequences kicked in. I'd worked in retail, restaurants, and as a flight attendant and had years of pent-up abuse heaped upon me. I snapped, Emmy yelling, "I am the owner." And the sales guy, manager, and owner all agree. "You need to get your fat ass on the sidewalk and out of my face before the 3 of us do something we'll all regret." Quote, the LK and horrified POC hastily made their exit. The guy who ran the store next door and had watched the exchange looked at me in shock as I'm usually so easygoing and polite. As what had just happened began to sink in, I began to howl with laughter until I couldn't breathe. The looks on their faces as they ran off was priceless. It was so freeing to be able to tell them off without worrying about answering to anyone. The store was fun, but it was a lot of work and I shut it down and re-entered the workforce as an employee. Good times. No, I'm not a gas station employee. Hello everyone. Long time lurker, first time writer. Also, I have dyslexia, so maybe spelling errors. Please be nice to me. I'm a 30M. And this happened a few years ago, but I got reminded about it from a friend last weekend at a barbecue, so why not share it with all you guys? Like the top line hints. This happened at a gas station. And at the time I was working at a steel plant and was too lazy to change from working clothes. Yellow high visibility to normal clothes. And sometimes gas line of gas stations has a helper walking around wearing a high visibility vest that are there to help people fill the car, check the oil, change window wipers, etc., etc. So in hindsight I do understand Karen mistaken me for a helper guy, but on the same time not. Of course I had a steel plant's name on 4 different places, and the vest has the station logo on the back. But I guess Karens will be Karens and don't bother with reading. Anyway, no to the good stuffs. I was on my way home from work when both me and my truck got thirsty at the same time because I was thinking about a nice cold Coke when my truck pinged for fuel. So I stopped at the local station for a refill, and while the slowest pump that ever existed was doing its thing, did some well-needed tender care and gave my truck a quick scrub and had a look under the hood for the normal. And then I heard it, the thing I've been reading about so many times. The sound of the wild Karen. K equals Karen. Me equals well, me. Erin. Excuse me, followed by a not so gentle tap on my shoulder. K. Do you mind hurrying up a little? I'm in a hurry. Me. Thinking I'm blocking the pump, looks around. Lady, you have like 5 other pumps to use. You don't have to wait for me to be done. K. Looks at me like I'm a idiot. What? No, I need help with my car. That rust bucket can wait. I can't. No kidding, she really did raise her voice at the end, and she drove a big Mercedes sedan. Guess she believed she was higher up than me just because she had a nicer car. Me, and why is that my problem? And please don't be rude to Pepsi. My truck is red and blue with a silver line in between. K. Are you stupid or what? You are the helping guy. You are supposed to help the customers. Me. No, I'm not. It's not even Monday, so the gas station don't have helpers. K. Gets really loud. I don't care. You are gonna help or I gonna make the station staff have you fired. Me. Asterisk, thinking to myself. Why me? Asterisk, look lady, I don't work here. I just came from work and was killing time while filling up my truck. And even if I did work here, why would I help you when you act like this? K. Stunned by my response, just looks at me. I'm a government employee. Whatever work you do, I can have you fired. Now, help me. Asterisk, stomping her high heels in sync. Me. You are a crazy Karen. You must be for thinking that anyone ever gonna help you after all this. I turned back to my truck that had been full for a long time and decide I better do this at home. K. Where are you going? I still need help. Me. Lady, call a tow truck then. I don't have time for your craziness. I'm going home. K. I guess she had a reactor meltdown upstairs because she walked in front of my truck screaming, "You gonna help me?" I just laughs at her, puts my truck in R, backs away and heads home without my Coke. Thanks Karen. This was my second encounter with a Karen. Hope you guys like this. Take care. P.S. I really hope R/ finds this DS. I don't work there. About 15 years ago I started work at a government laboratory. The kind you need special permission to do any real work. Anyway, I was a new hire, so my documentation wasn't going to be done for a long while, so I had a lot of busy work to do at my desk. Now, when I started I was given a phone number that was 1 digit off from the customer service number of a local bank. You can see where this is going. It soon became apparent that around lunchtime every day I was going to get 3 to 4 calls for the bank that were dialed incorrectly. Some Fridays I would get 10 to 15. So many that I even changed my answering machine message to reflect the correct number for the bank. And sorry the bank missed your call. My co-workers got a kick out of that. When I did answer, always professionally, I would say, "Government laboratory. M speaking. Can I help you?" A lot of folks would realize after a moment's silence that they had dialed the wrong number, apologized and would hang up. This happened a lot, but the caller was always good-natured about it and would apologize profusely for the mistake, possibly thinking they would be tracked or something. I used that fear of tracing by the government a couple of times to get rid of pests. This was one of them. One day the phone rings and I answer with my normal greeting. The conversation that followed went something like this. Me: "Hello, government laboratory, this is M, can I help you?" Caller: "Yeah, this is Joe, didn't listen. I want to transfer blah blah dollars to account XXXXXXXXXXXX from account XXXXXXXXXXXX. And hurry up about it, I'm on break and have to be back in a few minutes." Me: "I'm sorry, I'm not local bank. Their number is XXX4X. You dialed the wrong number." Caller: "Well, transfer me to the bank. I don't have much time." Me: "Sorry, I would if I could. But this is a restricted line and I am not able to connect you to the bank from here." Caller: "What do you mean you can't transfer me? This is one of the numbers for the bank and you should be able to connect me to customer service." Quote: Me: "Sorry, this is government laboratory, not the bank." Caller: "When I get a hold of the bank manager, I'm going to give him your name so he can deal with you. What do you do there anyway? Waste company time?" Quote: "Now, I'm a little upset by now as this guy is really thick and I have to dissuade him from ever calling me again. So thinking fast, I answer, me: "Well sir, my job is to track incoming calls to their origination and if necessary start an investigation on the caller." Click. I was upset I didn't write down the account numbers. Anyway, a few years of this and I finally was able to get a new phone number and my old one was retired permanently. I am most definitely not an Uber driver. As the title says, I am not an Uber or Lyft driver. There is no indication anywhere on my vehicle that I would be. I don't really put stickers on my truck anyway, so it's not like there is any confusion on this. I drive a 2014 Silverado and I take care of it and keep the inside looking nice. And from some of the horror stories I've heard, I don't want to let strangers in my truck. Nothing against Uber, Lyft drivers. Just not doing it in a vehicle I worked very hard to be able to buy. Anyway, yesterday I drove my wife to Ulta so she could shop for beauty products. I really had no interest in going in, so I parked and played on mountain phone for a bit. After about 15 minutes the passenger door opens and some stranger gets in. This woman looked like she walked straight out of a meme about Karens and hopped into my truck. Random lady: "No wonder I was waiting so long. You're over here ******ing around." Me: I think you're in the wrong vehicle. I don't know you. Why are you in my truck? RL, I need to go to address. It's down by the amphitheater." Me: "I'm not a cab." RL, "You're the Uber driver I called for. You have the sticker." Quote: I look around. I totally have friends that would put something on my truck as a joke. But I wasn't seeing it. Mom, you must be seeing things. There is no sticker on my truck. I'm not an Uber driver. Random lady pulls out her phone and with a tone of such superiority that I immediately wanted to just push her out the door says, "My app says that the driver will be in a blue Ford Focus. And that's you." I laughed out loud. RL, what is so funny? Me: "I'll tell you what. I'll give you a free ride to the eye doctor to get you sunglasses. You said your driver was in a blue Ford Focus, a small car, and you confused it with a dark gray Chevy Silverado, a pickup truck. In no possible trick of the light could those two ever get mixed up. You obviously need glasses, Mrs. Magoo." I'm sure everyone is about to be shocked by her next line. I've read enough Reddit stories, and even written one or two. I should have seen this coming. RL, how dare you? Quote, me. I'm not your driver. I don't drive for Uber. There is no sticker. You got into the completely wrong vehicle. The only thing that I can see as a reason is that either your eyesight is terrible, or you are starting to come down with Alzheimer's or dementia. Which would be tragic, but I don't think is the case. I was watching the Karen rage build up in her face. I was expecting the explosion, but she switched tactics on me. I thought she was gonna zig, but she zagged. RL, well, I still need a ride and you aren't doing anything. So why don't you just take me there? I can give you $5. She said this like she was trying to bribe a little kid with a piece of candy. I might have been willing to give her a ride. I'm a nice guy to most people and generally am willing to help people out. However, her condescending tone got under my skin and I'm not going to reward that kind of behavior. Me, no, and you need to get out, my wife is here. She had just shown up. This lady had the audacity to roll down the window and tell my wife, "You can wait, I need a ride." It was that moment too that I just happened to see a blue Ford Focus driving really slow in front of the stores and the driver looking around. Obviously her ride. I started speaking slowly, while keeping an eye on the driver. "Mom, listen, pause for dramatic effect. I am not driving you anywhere. I'm taking my wife home. And she definitely doesn't have to wait for you. You need to get out of my truck before I call the police. If you are waiting for your ride, you need to settle that with Uber. By the way, the Uber driver you were waiting for is leaving the parking lot right now." I pointed to the blue car that was moving to the lot's exit back onto the road. She flung my door open and tried to go chasing after him. It was pretty comical really. My wife gets in and says, "You have a strange taste in hookers." Me, another 5 minutes, I think I could have gotten a free handy. We drove past her on the was out. She didn't look happy. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more Reddit content.